Ho, ho, ho! Happy Feast of Winter Vale to you. I, Greatfather Winter, will be your narrator for today. In this season of sharing, I wish to share with you a Grobbmas tale. Have a seat and enjoy a smoky wood pastures beverage. Our story starts at the Ironforge airfield. A troll who has far too many buttons on his screen waits patiently as the attendees of the event are summoned to the top of the mountain. He gets impatient and so heads towards the party proper. Hopefully, the Alliance won't be out for blood. Story time for the Horde commences. Let's see who has the best story. Dolan said, "If you've already told Greatfather Winter what you want, head over to the story time area. When you've been sufficiently entertained, make sure you stock up on snowballs. The snow battle of Ironforge Airstrip will soon commence." Fub Buff starts. Okay, so there once was a little old lady and a little old man. And the little old lady was making a gingerbread man. But when she opened the oven, the heat took off. Saying peace out, biznatch, you can't catch me, I'm the fetching gingerbread man. So then the gingerbread man ran into a bear, and the bear was like, "I am going to eat you." But the gingerbread man flipping slapped his badunk-a-dunk and took off saying, "Run, run as fast as you can. But your biznatch isn't gonna catch me because I'm the flipping gingerbread man." So then he ran into a woodcutter. And, same shiz. Ran off, yada yada. But then he ran into a fly fox. And the fly fox said, My, looks like your fine badunkadunk needs some help crossing this river. You better hop on my back, baby. Let me give you a ride. So the gingerbread man hopped on the fox's back to cross the river. But the water started to get deeper and deeper, so he said, Better get a little closer to my mouth to stay out of the water. So the dumb-bum gingerbread man did, and then of course the fox ate his butt. Moral of the story is, don't be fetching dumb. Don't trust the fly fox, and don't run off if you're a naive gingerbread man. And Merry Christmas! Oquaho yells. I was told this tale by Lydolfer, who some of you know as a visitor from High Mountain and is accidentally here because of the hourglass incident. Less said the better. But it is a Winter Vale story, and I hope you will enjoy it. Many winters back, a young Shuhalo was having a tough time. His father was on patrol near Blood Totem lands, and his mother took ill. Additionally, many presents had already been prepared for the holiday gift-giving and seemed to disappear overnight. These included small hand-carved ornaments and totems for the whole tribe. The tribe came together, as should happen, and Karek for the youngling, while the mystics tried to determine what was wrong with his mother. She was not that old, and though the winter weather was fierce that season, she had been hearty and whole. Worried, but trying not to let it show, the elders sent a rider northwest to the hills where her mate was on patrol, to let him know, while others tried to puzzle out the whereabouts of the missing presents. The youngling's mother's condition worsened, and sometimes he woke in the middle of the night, feeling like there was someone else in their small tent, and would hear his mother murmur, "No, no, no more," while watching her hands try to push someone away from her. But over time, her attempts grew feeble, and even the youngling knew that if something was not done, she would not last another full cycle under Musha's watch. The next night, he forced himself to lay silent until the mystic caregiver left the tent. A short while later, his mother made the same weakened motions, and on a hunch, the young calf rose swiftly and charged into the space beside his mother's body. He ran into something, something so large he bounced back with a sharp outtake of breath. Suddenly, coming into focus before his eyes was a very large high mountain shoe halo male, a large bulky pack on his back, and in his hands a vial of liquid that was half spilled on the ground when the youngling bounced off him. The unknown shoe halo whisked out of the tent opening, and the youngling raised the alarm. Alarm! Alarm! The tribe responded, sending braves to track down the intruder, and mystics entered the tent to collect and determine what had been in the vial. Many questions were asked of the youngling as he stood by the tent's entrance, only wanting to go inside and be by his mother's side. The youngling could only answer that the shoe hollow was High Mountain and not of the tribe. The mystics emerged with grim expressions. There is no doubt they agreed. She is being poisoned, little by little. We can devise a cure, but the herbs we need are spread throughout High Mountain. Time is not on our side. Send word again to her mate. He knows many paths and herbs, and near his patrol is one herb we must have first and foremost. At best, she has until Musha sits full and bright in the night sky, so we must hurry. Word was sent immediately to the father. The next morning, the young shoe halo was shown 2 more herbs and allowed to join a gathering party, for he had often gathered herbs with both his parents, and the elders thought it best the youngling stay busy. And now, a famous poem of High Mountain to end the tale. Greatfather Winter and Ekero, the wild ride of Winter Vale. Searching through the bramble shoe halo alone did scramble. He came upon the herb he sought after many a battle had been fought. More foes swarmed in the distance, but beside him into existence. Oquaho glances to his left as the image of a hunter and elder horn forms into being and begins to walk his way. Perhaps a gift of his spirit walking? Both hear the majestic antlered horns that those who have met Lydolf will find familiar. Appeared a blessed elder horn gift to High Mountain's antler adorned. The beast beckoned him with bended knee to clamber up and from the trap break free. To escape, thorns and vines he did cut. They rode hard through deep, dark thicket. Oquaho reaches into his pack and tosses strings of holly onto the hunter and elder horn. and as he sprinkles a shimmering dust on the image, it transforms into the spirit of Ekiro, carrying the hunter, glittering under Musha's light. Antlers, now wrapped in garlands of holly, bot rider and mount, engaged perhaps in folly. Antlers, now wrapped in garlands of holly, bot rider and mount, engaged perhaps in folly. But what else could they do, except ride all the day through? And as his tribal home did approach, Shu-Halo spied the hidden treasures poached. So down he reached, the pack did grasp, and continued east did Achero fast. Without break, they reached his home, at last beating Musha's climb, that mother's end forecast. Medicine was quickly mixed and tended, the pack emptied of presents splendid.
Big thanks.
The youngling smiled to see his father, and all rejoiced when rose his mother. Achero stood antlers in the light of Musha's gaze, loving and bright. While in the distance, Greatfather Winter banished all enemies who sought to embitter. And so the tribe stood gratefully expressing how truly wonderful the Earth Mother's blessing. The end. Jinthas begins speaking. So, as you all may now know, I, Jintha Cindersong, am in fact Santa Claus. And as you probably know, my sleigh is pulled by magical flying reindeer. They live with me up at the North Pole in North Rend. They spend most of their time flying around in the sky, playing reindeer games. But they have to come to the ground to graze, since grass doesn't grow up in the air. And sadly, I almost had to cancel Wintervale this year. A bunch of greedy, Scroogey Grinches named Neesingwary came north this year. They set out all sorts of traps and contraptions to poach the animals for their furs and meat, including some of my magical reindeer. Like this one, right here. Anyways, about the Nizingweri lackeys. With some help from Dita, that's the Druids for ethical, humane treatment of animals, I was able to free them for the time being. But I knew that this was only going to keep happening. I had to spot it at the source. So I marched over to the Nizingweri camp and told them that if they don't stop trapping and poaching my reindeer, they are getting coal in their stocking for the rest of their life. Sadly, they didn't seem to care very much, and kept right on setting up their traps and loading their guns. So instead, the lead druid of Dita contracted some crazy hitman to murder the Nizingweri leader in cold blood, and rip his ears off to send a message to the others. That did the trick. So, the moral is, if you can't solve your problems with words, violence can work. Merry Grobbmas, everyone! So ends this part of the story of Grobbmas. Would you still like to see more before the end of Winter Vale? Let Greatfather Winter know, and perhaps if you're a good little boy or girl, it will happen. Happy holidays to each and every one of you.